When she gets home on from the road and she sees all these packages of figures that I got, she has to speak to the manager. But I'm like, babe, I'm the manager.
What is it like living with Chelsea Green? Is she as demanding as she is with Adam Pearce?
Yes, she is, believe it or not. And, when she gets home on from the road and she sees all these packages of figures that I got, she has to speak to the manager. But I'm like, babe, I'm the manager. We're trying to get that point across. But yeah, she does not like the toys coming into the house every day, especially, when she gets home, she sees all these packages. She's expecting it's for her, but no, just for me and more toys.
She doesn't order like caviar and things like that?
No. She does not order caviar, at least not when I'm around. No, she actually does not like fish or seafood or anything like that. But if you order caviar, I'd eat it.
So two wrestlers married to each other. What's it like? Do you talk about the business all the time?
No. Oh my God, we never talk about the business, and that's why it works.
Okay.
Because we traveled the road together this past year. Sometimes we did, sometimes we didn't. She did her own thing, I did my own thing. But when we come home, we don't. It's the last thing we're talking about. We're talking about our dogs or what we want to do on our off days. I don't care about her storyline ideas. She doesn't care about mine. I don't care if some other girl in the locker room's wearing the same color gear as hers. We keep that stuff away from the house.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in the ladies' locker rooms. I know that. You can't wear that. I'm wearing
Yeah,
that.
I'm sure there is, but I don't know about it because we don't talk about it.
Well, that's good. What you're doing, where people can find you on social media, tell us about your collection and everything. The floor is yours.
Well, I got so much to plug. It's so we'd spend a whole day doing that. Find me on social media at the Matt Cardona on Twitter and Instagram. Like I said earlier, it was the PWI Independent Wrestler of the Year. I call myself the Indie God, just working my ass off every weekend, whether it be an indie you never heard of or GCW or NWA or Impact. I say I'm always ready, but I really am. I'll wrestle anyone, anywhere. And I have the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, which has blown up into, we do live shows. We have our own action figures, Major Bendies, YouTube channel. It's just pretty incredible. 2022 was, that's not mine. I don't know what that is.
I know it's not.
That's a Slam Buddy.
I got a Slam Buddy Barry Windham midget, not small, compact one from fundraiser that they did for him. So this would be a collector's item down the line for sure.
Those are very cool. We make something very similar but better called Major Buddies.
I didn't know. I never would have held it up.
No, that's okay. But yeah, it's 2022 was an awesome year for me. It doesn't really matter how you define success, whether it be through accolades or money or happiness, but either way, this was the most successful I was. And that's great, but that was 2022. Now we're in 2023. So how do we top that? That's the challenge, and I'm always ready for the challenge. So 2022 is great, but we're in 2023 now. So
tell us about where people can find your. You mentioned the podcast. You do that with
Brian Myers. We have the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. We talk about wrestling figures, collectibles. Whether if it falls into the collectible space, we're talking about it. That drops every Friday, wherever you get your podcast. But we have a YouTube channel where you can see us going on figure hunts, or we do live podcasts. We even have our own wrestling promotion, the Figure Wrestling Federation. So we're keeping busy with that. It was just something we started as a hobby. Didn't even think it would turn into something where we could make money. But, I make more money doing that now than I do wrestling, and I make a lot of money wrestling. So the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast has really taken off.
All right. Thank you, Matt, so much for doing this.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It was fun.